What's up guys, Joseph Rakic here from josephrakicfitness.com. Today in this vlog I'm going to show you how to stay on your diet while you're traveling. So here I am in Melbourne. I just woke up just before. I've had some breakfast. I just had a protein shake and a banana, something light and easy. Pumped out some work, did some emails, and we're about to head down with the team and have the proper breakfast soon and then make our way to the gym. But before we go down for our breakfast, I just thought I'll take you through a run through of what I got here at the supermarket Coles in Australia. And just show you guys what I do to stay prepared and stay on track with my diet when I'm traveling overseas. Now the place that we're staying, we don't have a kitchen or anything like that, so I can't cook any food, but that's alright, there's always ways around things. Anyway, I'll show you what I got. So I went to the supermarket yesterday. First things first, I got some containers. These are super important, so we're going to be out most of the day at the expo, at the gym, you know, walking around. So if you want to have your meals, you want to prepare them first. So always buy or bring some Tupperware containers. I then bought some quick cup rice. Now this is microwavable and we don't have a microwave here, but what I do, I usually heat this downstairs in the lobby prior to going out. So you either put some tuna in one of those containers there, chuck some rice in, heat it up in the microwave, and then I'm ready to go for the day. Also, super important, I bring this with me from New Zealand. I always bring a scale wherever I go. That way it allows me to always weigh my food, so I've got no excuses to give to myself as to why I cannot adhere to my diet. Oats, super important, great source of carbohydrates. Usually what I have every single morning, although this morning I just had something light. I had a protein shake, 2 bananas, because we're about to have our proper breakfast, which I'll show you guys very soon. But oats, super easy to take around. What I also do, I also normally get a container. Where is it? This one here. Put 2 scoops of protein in here, some oats, mix that up, and then that's what I call a pro oat meal. So when I'm out and about, chuck some water in there, mix it up, easy meal on the go.
You just have that cold?
Yeah, I just have that cold. Bought some almonds. Almonds are a great snack, high in fat, your good healthy fats, which are super important. Also a great source of fiber, vitamin E, and easy to take around with you when you're traveling. Now most people wouldn't go and do this, but I did. I went and bought some apple cider vinegar. Now whoever watches my videos online or my Snapchats or my Instagram stories or whatever obviously know that I drink a lot of apple cider vinegar. I have this twice a day. I put about 20 mils in the glass, so about yay. I then put the juice of a lemon, which I did also buy, and I drink that twice a day. It's first thing in the morning and then later on in the afternoon. Now the reason I drink apple cider vinegar is basically protein breakdown, digestion, helps with bloating, and it also helps the pH balance in your body, and it keeps your potassium in your muscle cell. Potassium is an important electrolyte, which is actually crucial and important for getting the glycogen into your muscle. Glycogen is just glucose bounded together, which then creates glycogen in the muscle. If you don't have enough potassium, all of that glycogen, all of those carbs that you're consuming, all those excess carbs are not making it to your muscle cells and filling your muscles up. So if your potassium levels are super low and you're consuming a lot of excess carbs, some of that excess carbs will be turned into fat through DNL, which is de novo lipogenesis, which is the conversion of carbohydrates into fat. Now with enough potassium in your body, those excess carbs can be stored in the muscle tissue as glycogen, giving your muscles the appearance of muscle fullness. So that's one of the reasons.
I was holding that in for ages, so I was like...
He wasn't lying about who he always coughs. I'll show you guys what I got in here. So I bought 2 packs of salmon. Now this salmon is smoked fillets. It's ready and easy to go, so I basically just have to undo the packaging and I can scoff that back. some water, super important. You want to stay hydrated, you want to keep the fluid in your body, because as you know, the body is made up of 70 to 80% water, so it makes sense to consume enough water. I love fruit, so I got a lot of fruit. Got a bit of everything. Got some apples, got some peaches, got some berries, raspberries, blackberries, avocados. I eat a lot of avocados, usually about 2 per day. Great source of potassium, magnesium, a little bit of calcium, and dietary fiber. Avocados are a great source of potassium, one of the best, more than bananas. Not much people know that. I then got my lemons. So this is what I mix with my apple cider vinegar every morning. Super high in vitamin C. Vitamin C is an important vitamin that helps with the collagen production in your skin. I also bring some supplements with me from home. I bring fish oil. Now, most people wouldn't bring their supplements with them when they travel, but I don't like to give myself excuses, so I always like to make sure I've got everything prepared so I can't fall off my diet or fall off my supplementation. So fish oil, I have 3 of these twice per day, so 6 capsules daily. Fish oil is super important for getting your essential fatty acids in your diet, such as your omega-3s. Obviously, essential fatty acids are essential to the human body. Good for brain function, hormone regulation, testosterone production. Not to mention your omega-3s have a big impact on MPS, which is muscle protein synthesis, which basically means the protein that you consume gets synthesized to build new muscle tissue. So yes, it does help with building muscle, believe it or not. Over here, I've got some more supplements. Now, I use a few different protein powders. I usually use EHP Labs OxyWhey. Now, I only had a big 5-pound tub, so I didn't want to bring that with me. So I did bring Bless Protein, which is a sub-brand to EHP Labs. Now, I bring this because it is a 2-pound, so it fits in my suitcase easy. This is actually a vegetarian protein. I'm not vegan, obviously, but tastes pretty good and quick and easy for me to get that in. Had 2 scoops of that this morning. I also bring just some staple supplements with me. So my staple supplements are L-carnitine. L-carnitine is basically an amino acid that is super important for helping your body metabolize fat as fuel. Green tea and caffeine. We're going to be full out, we're going to be flat out here, sorry, expos, dinners, photo shoots and everything else, so I wanted to keep my energy levels high. Never good at English at school. So caffeine and green tea will help me do that because it's a stimulant. Not to mention, they both help you burn body fat by increasing your calorie burn, thermogenic. Creatine. Creatine monohydrate. The creatine I use is any brand as long as it is plain creatine monohydrate, nothing else. This one here is from bodybuilding.com. I will be releasing my own creatine brand very soon. Again, just plain creatine monohydrate. The brand of creatine which you use doesn't matter. I have 5 grams per day, which is just 1 teaspoon, so I put that in my protein shake. Now the reason I brought my creatine with me is because for creatine to work and have effect in your body, your muscle cells need to be saturated with creatine. So it's not just like you take creatine once every now and again and you'll feel the effects. You have to take it every single day so that your creatine in your muscle cells gets built up. Once your muscle cells are fully saturated with creatine, that's when you get the benefits of creatine, such as more explosive power, more strength, more muscle endurance, and helps with muscle growth. Plus it keeps the water in the muscle cell, giving you the appearance of muscle fullness. So those are my staple supplements that I take. I don't really bring any pre-workouts or fat burners when I travel because it is important to give your body a break from certain ingredients. Now I've launched my own supplement line, JRF Supplements, and I have a pre-workout and a fat burner. But as with anything, your body always gets used to what you're consuming. And I've been consuming pre-workouts and my fat burner for a long time now, every single day. So I really feel the effects of the ingredients that I've got, like the citrulline malate, the high dosages of caffeine, all of this stuff. But over time, your body gets used to that. So it's good to give your body a break. So I'm away for about 2 weeks. I'm here in Australia, then I'm going to US. So I'm gonna have a 2-week break from my pre-workout and my fat burners. So when I am back in New Zealand and I do start back in my pre-workouts, it hits me like a freight train.
Yeah, I heard Joe filming the video, and I just wanted to say, like, we get a lot of clients who email in and say, you know, what if they can't take all their supplements, they have limited suitcase space, or they just don't want to take 5 tubs of whatever on holiday with them? Is there anything they can do to sort of like minimize the muscle wasting or still, you know, still get gains?
Yeah, exactly. So what you guys need to remember is protein powders are not essential to take. You don't need to take a protein powder. The reason I take a protein powder with me is because of convenience. It's so much easier for me to have a protein shake after the gym or first thing in the morning rather than having a meal or some food. But if you don't want to waste, you know, your suitcase space with protein powders and tubs and all this, you can just consume your protein through whole foods. So as long as you know, wherever you're flying to, if you get to wherever it is, you go to the supermarket and you buy some cans of tuna or maybe some beef jerky that you can take around with you. Consuming protein from those foods is going to do the exact same thing. My advice is just try your best to stay adherent to your diet and meeting your protein requirements. Does not have to be through protein powders. If you've got no room, that's perfectly fine. Just get enough protein through your whole food diet. If you're going out for dinner, just, you know, make sensible choices. So instead of ordering a massive pizza or a bowl of pasta, which isn't really protein dense, consume something instead like a steak or some chicken or some fish that is something high in protein. That way it's going to allow you to meet your protein requirements every single day. Therefore you won't need to take your protein powders with you. But for me, it's a convenience thing and it helps me get my protein in.
And this so that's why that big, eh? That's going to fit in. This could, see, if you look at this here, this could even fit in my bag. So like, this is my bag here. And look, no excuses really. Chuck that in there, chuck that in. So,
not too sure about his bag choice.
So this is pretty, it's set, you know. No excuses, bro. Look at this. There's no creatine, there's no multivitamin, but the protein powder's in there, you know. What are you laughing at?
Anyway, time for us to go have breakfast, my meal number 2, and then we're going to head up to the gym. Training with Brett, we're going to be training shoulders. I'm doing shoulders and abs, you're doing shoulders and tries.
I'm on the fence, but
he's on the fence. Don't know what he's on the fence about, but he's on the fence for some reason.
Training shoulders, you motherfucker.
Oh, okay. Anyway, guys.
Now I gotta go.
Okay, we'll cut it here and we'll see you downstairs for breakfast.
Physique update.
Wait.
Fuck.
What's the go?
So I think I'm going to keep things pretty basic. I'm just going to go some toast and eggs and then probably finish off with some fruit. Something easy that I can track. That way there's no, you know, miscalculations with anything that I'm consuming. So keep it simple, keep it easy, and that's my key. Okay, I'll get 4 scrambled eggs, no oil, and that's it.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Thank you very much. So what I got for breakfast is I'll just try to keep it simple and basic. So I got 2 slices of wholemeal toast, 1 tomato, and 4 whole eggs. Now, I'd usually get more toast, like about 4 pieces and about 6 eggs, but I'm not too sure where we're going to be eating today, so I'm trying to save most of my calories for later on in the day. That way, I don't, you know, overspend my calories too early. So when you're traveling, my advice is to try limit your calories earlier on in the day, so later on in the day you have room to move. Now, I also got these eggs scrambled, but I asked the chef to use no oil because I don't want to have any excess calories coming from something that doesn't really make a difference for me. Also, same with my toast, I'm not putting butter on there, not using up any calories that I don't really need. So keeping it simple, keeping it basic, something easy to track as well. I'm gonna eat this, head to the gym, and we'll see you guys there. One of my longtime mates, Robbie Frame, the man himself from Australia. We go way back, we've known each other for many years now. He just walked in the Doherty's, so we thought we'll get a shoulder workout together.
100%, let's do it.
We are now at Nando's. Nando's is one of my favourite places to come when I'm doing a lot of travel. Reason being is because I can eat something clean and something that I can track. Usually I get, you know, chicken and rice, but because I'm travelling and on holiday, my meals later on in the day are going to be a little bit unpredictable. So what I'm doing, I'm trying to keep my calories as low as I can earlier on in the day, and then it allows me for more room to work with my calories at the end. So what I got is basically just 2 side salads, super low in calories, but you know, got your vitamins, minerals, good source of potassium, and then 4 chicken tenderloins, obviously for my protein. I'm going to chuck a bit of sea salt on my vegetables just to give it, you know, some flavour, some taste. Now a lot of people are always scared of using salt or sodium, but little do you know, sodium is an important electrolyte that's crucial for people that lift weights and people who do a lot of exercise, people who sweat a lot. Because when you sweat so much, you excrete so much sodium from your body, and you need the sodium for so many different bodily functions. Not to mention sodium helps with your muscle fullness, your vascularity, and all that other good stuff. So I go really heavy with my salt, like I put, you know, a couple of packets of salt on my food. And I do that with pretty much most of my meals. Anyway, I'm going to dig into this, basically just protein and veg for this meal. When I get back to the hotel room, I'm probably going to have, you know, some Pro Oats, which is protein powder and oats to get my carbs in, and then probably try hold off as long as I can until my next meal, where I'll probably be a bit more loose and I'll get a bit more calories in. Time for me to dig in now. I'll see you guys at my next meal. So a side note is just make healthy food choices. So as you see here, I went with the lean chicken breast and a salad. Now I could have gone a burger, but it's so unpredictable to track those calories because it'll vary a lot. I use a site called Nutrition Data just to log this information in. It tells me how much protein, carbs, fats. I use this when I'm traveling and I'm not using the JRF app, and I can't have access to, you know, certain foods that are in my meal plan that I normally follow back home in New Zealand. But yeah, keep it simple, keep it clean, and that way it's best to adhere to your diet because you're not messed up with all of your calories. When people binge and they lose track of what they're consuming, that's when it just gets into a snowball effect, and people get in the mentality, oh shit, I've had a few biscuits, the day's already fucked. May as well go all out and just have a burger and a cookie and a pie and an ice cream, and it just goes from there. So always start the day off good, leave room later on in the day, and then make it work that way.
One eternity later.
Alright guys, we are back at the hotel room now. Just had a shower, got cleaned up, and it's been some time since I've had my last meal. And my last meal was pretty low in calories. It was just chicken and a salad. So this next meal that I'm about to have is Pro Oats, and it's going to be very calorie dense. So lots of protein, lots of carbohydrates, and also lots of fats to keep the calories high. First things first, I've got my scale just to weigh how much oats I'm using. So I'll just chuck 2 scoops in there. And then I'm going to set the scale to 0. So 200 grams of oats is a lot of carbs. In this total meal, it's going to be more than 100 grams of carbs easy. Give that a little shuffle around. Add some water. Now, the way I like to make my Pro Oats is pretty thick, so I don't like to go too heavy on the water, otherwise it just makes it into some type of cereal. And there you go guys, that right there is my Pro Oats. So it is vanilla protein powder, vegetarian, vegan based, 200 grams of oats, and I'm also going to be adding a fat source to this to help me get in the calories. And that is why I have this avocado here. I'm gonna eat the whole thing. I'm not too sure what happened there. I think it got squashed in the fridge. But yeah, super big fan of avocados. I eat a lot of them. Super nutrient dense, healthy fats, potassium, magnesium. So I always try to eat a lot of them. Anyway, I'm going to dig into this meal right here, and I'll see you guys for meal number 5. Alright guys, that meal was super good, but now I decided to have 2 nectarines as well. Reason being, basically just to get a bit more carbs and a bit more calories in me, because my next meal is probably not going to be for another I'd say at least 6 hours. So I'm going to go for quite a while without food. That's why I try to make this meal as calorie dense as I can. And that is why all my previous meals this morning were super low in calories. It was basically to save calories for later on in the day so I can have these calorie dense meals. So that's a take-home message that I want to give to all of you watching this video. If you're traveling and you're on a calorie limit, try limit your calories and restrict your calories earlier on in the day. Try consume as little as you can get away with. That allows you to then consume more calorie dense meals later on in the day, therefore less chance of you fucking up your diet. It's a technique that I like to use that has helped me, especially when I travel a lot. Keep the earlier part of my day low in calories, then have the majority of my calories later on. Alright guys, what I got for this meal was 300 grams of steak, 2 sides of vegetables. Now the reason I got a 300 gram steak, I fillet, it's just because it's easy to track. So when I'm out eating, I just get meals that I can easily track, such as I fillet steak. Now we're actually on a stone grill, so I'm going to cook it myself, and I'm going to cook it just how I like it.
I got 2 sticks of I don't give a f***, 3 slices of I don't care, and a bowl full of f*** you. On MyFitnessPal, the macros later.
Alright, we're back at the hotel now, back from dinner. One more meal to go. It's just something light, just a protein shake, and then I'm off to bed. Anyway guys, thanks for watching this vlog, hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, if you need help with a personalized meal plan, link in the bio down below.